Hi, Hilary.
Hi.
Okay, to start with, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Yeah. I learnt the piano and flute as a child and came from a very musical family. There was a lot of Frank Sinatra, swing, jazz playing. That was my parents. Two older brothers playing 10cc, Beatles. I used to love all of that. Also loved Bay City Rollers and Donny Osmond because I was of that age. So I kind of grew up with all these eclectic influences, really. Studied music as a teacher, and then probably when I was about 40, did a jazz degree at Middlesex, where about 10 years ago I decided to learn the saxophone because I wanted to play in a jazz big band, and it seemed that playing the flute wasn't really it wasn't really a popular instrument in jazz big bands unless you had a microphone. So when you invited me to be part of Trees and to be part of a dedicated flute section, it was fantastic. You know, I just jumped at the chance, and I've loved it ever since, sitting alongside turned out to be great friends ever since the first rehearsal I went to when one of the other flute players, Mike Guest, knocked my flute off the table, and it broke the ice, nearly broke my flute, but luckily it didn't. And since then, it's just been a very comfortable, rewarding, satisfying, warm place. And I'm really, really enjoying the experience.
What can you say is unusual or different about the sound of the group?
Well, personally speaking, having woodwind in the group sets it apart. I'm also I love a big rhythm section. I love having a lot of percussion in a band, and sometimes, you know, we did one gig with a drummer and two percussion players, so that was a very big sound. Just the volume of the sound and the fact that you can have all of those people, but have the different dynamics, having 40 people playing quietly, playing loudly. It's almost like a symphony orchestra, but it's jazz, so it's the best of both worlds.
Fantastic. But of course you're not just a woodwind player and a flautist, you actually write music as well. Can you say a little bit about how you started to write and compose music?
Yeah, probably about 20 years ago I got a clavinova, and I started layering up sounds on the clavinova, not realising that one day I would have a chance to put each of those layers that I'd put on the clavinova being able to be played by real people. You know, it's been a dream come true, really. And probably for about the last 15 years or so, I've been quite secretive about my composing, just doing it quietly, maybe just letting a husband hear my tunes or a couple of people. And then when you invited me to, you sent out an open invitation to anyone who wanted to compose. So I thought, well, I'll have a go. Oh, why not, you know? So Simeon was my first big band chart for Trees. Up till then, it had just been a small band tune. So I learnt Muse score to start off with, and then taught myself Sibelius, which is what I use now. And so those early days on the clavinova of having a melody split up between different instruments, now I'm actually using real instruments. I've got a trombone section at my fingertips. I've got trumpets, flutes, saxes. I mean, it really is a fantastic opportunity for me as a writer to be able to you know, bring my music, my melodies to a group of musicians who are happy to play my tunes. They seem to be going down well. The audiences seem to like them. So it's been brilliant.